this Martin's Model Special. Not boats this time, but some massive 1.6 King Tiger tank. And today we're just going to have a look what goes on inside the tank, and we're going to be taking the lid off just to have a look at the electronics inside. So let's show you what goes on. Right, now we're going to take the lid off, and I've already done it previous to this, so we'll just show you how it all comes apart. Now underneath here there are two screws. I don't know whether you can see this, but there are two screws under here, 1 and 2, and then there is 2 more screws, whereabouts are they? Here and here. Now when you take it off, you will have to be careful to remove these exhaust ports here, there and there, which I've kind of already done, and there they are, and they're not particularly well put on. They've been sort of glued on or whatever else, so we're going to have to do something about that later. Anyway, so that's that, and then the whole top should lift off. So I'm just going to remove the turret and show you how that all works. Right, now we're going to take the lid off, and I've already done it previous to this, so we'll just show you how it all comes apart. Now underneath here there are 2 screws. I don't know whether you can see this, but there are 2 screws under here, 1 and 2, and then there is 2 more screws, whereabouts are they? Here and here. Now when you take it off, you will have to be careful to remove these exhaust ports here, there and there, which I've kind of already done, and there they are, and they're not particularly well put on. They've been sort of glued on or whatever else, so we're going to have to do something about that later. Anyway, so that's that, and then the whole top should lift off. So I'm just going to remove the turret and show you how that all works. If we take the turret off, that's what I was saying about this one's a lot easier than the Armatech one. Lifts off, and then inside just a hollow section, and you've got the motor for the servo for the recoil of the gun, and the lifting of the gun, and the bearings for the transversing of the turret. Transversing, as they call it. Right, okay. So here we have it. Oh, I'll try to adjust this so you can see what's going on. So there we have it. We've now made sure you've switched everything off, but so now this should all lift off. You've got to get that under that, and there you have it. And that's it really. So that's the top of the tank, and you can now see the internals of what we're looking at. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. Now we've got 2 motors here, 2 motors, each one's 24 volt motors, with a gearbox on each side, and a chain link to the front track drive wheels. Now this is obviously so you've got tank steering, so you can control each one of these motors in order for you to turn. We got your on-off switches here, and we got these 2 rather large 4QD speed controller boards, which are exposed unfortunately, which is a bit of a worry. I think that's because they wanted to ensure that a lot of air could get to them, and so they didn't overheat. But I think what I'll do with those is give them a conformal coated to protect them from any water and sand, and then maybe rig up some sort of cover over there. We got the controller for the speed controllers for each board. internally. They, I think, go to the RX here, which I'm going to have to change for my own transmitter, so I'll have to do with that. Two batteries, each one of these is 12 volt in series, so that ends up as 24 volt. We've got another speed controller here, that's for the turret, turning in the turret. And then you've got your Benedini sound unit, which controls all the sounds for the motor and the firing and all that sort of stuff. And a sort of random, what looks like a random servo here with a switch on it, micro switch on, and I presume that's something for like the gun or something like that. But we'll have to see. Well, we've got an amplifier here for the speakers. We've got the two massive speakers here, which gives you all your sound. And then inside of here, we've got our smoke unit in here where the tube has been disconnected, and that just takes a bit of smoke oil that again is connected to the Benedini unit, and gives you a smoke for your engine unit. So that's pretty impressive. Now, what else have we got in here? Oh, we got you can see the spring units for the track idle wheels on there, give a bit of suspension on there, and that's about it really. Fairly clean inside, so a little bit of tidying up of the wiring. That's all we need. Around the front here to have a look. Got two wires here, and they look like they go to the battery for charging. Two spade connectors. I don't really like that in case they get mixed up, so I think I'll change those for something like a Dean's maybe, or an XC90 or something like that to make it easier. And I can't see a main fuse in here, so I think what we'll do is we'll put a main fuse in here, probably into the main line here, somewhere here coming in, something like that, maybe a 40 amp fuse. I think it's recommended for something like that. And as you can see, there's some pretty large wires here, because this obviously these motors can draw quite a bit of current. So that's that. Looking at the chain units here, we got the chains here. Obviously the drive chains from the motors. One of these is very tight, the other one's fairly loose, and we need to adjust those, and that's by unscrewing these bolts here on the motors and pushing the motor back or forward in order to get the right tension. So that's definitely a bit loose on that. So that would be the first thing I think we'll need to attend to. As far as the tracks are concerned, there's the plane, the tracks is really important, and apparently this should just kiss this central wheel in order for it to be the right tension. Now, in order to adjust these tracks, there are two bolts at the back there, okay, and they need to be turned. And in turn, I'm not sure whether you can see it in here, just in there. Ooh, can we get in there to have a look? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see what you can see. I'm not sure whether you can see it in there, but there is actually a bar in there going across, and those bolts actually push the bar out in order to give you the right. So basically, there you have it. Okay, so just a little bit of work to be doing. I think the first thing we'll do is we'll probably adjust the motors. For the front tracks, we'll probably take the tracks off actually, because they need adjustment as well, and we're probably going to clean those up, ready for painting, etc. And then we'll tidy up the wiring and have a look at these speed controllers. So catch you later.